MC. Good evening, Eagles. How are you? Yeah, looking good, looking from up here. It's great to be here. I thank God for being here. My name is Raymond Baruti, all the way from Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. It's really good to be in South Africa. As MC has said, we're going to start the session right away. We're going to talk about, I think, one of the most important aspects of our business, the attitude. It's very important to be very careful about our attitude, because if we have the right attitude, the positive attitude, that can inspire you and propel you toward the success. On the other hand, if you have a wrong or negative attitude, it can literally destroy all the hopes and can cause you to fail in the business. So I'm going to talk with my panel here. We're going to touch on this very important topic. It's very wide, so we're going to talk on the few areas that I think are important to always be careful, to always work on those areas. The first one to be on the business, our business. Yeah, we're all here because we're businessmen. So we're going to touch on what should we be looking at when you're looking at on the attitude toward our business. So we'll start with our leader here, Madam Adelina. You can share with us what you think should be the correct attitude.
Good evening. My name is Adelina Machado, and I come from Mozambique. I started this business not wanting to do it. I think I had a negative attitude because when they invited me, I said, it's not for me. I'm working. My father is a civil servant. I'm a civil servant. I don't need a business. I will not be involved. But because the people that invited me were my friends, they kept on insisting, and they changed my attitude. So the attitude is, for me, very important, to have a very positive attitude always. It's very easy to have a positive attitude when everything goes well, but when we have really to show our positive attitude, it's when things go wrong. We have to keep being positive. What helps me to be positive in this business? The first thing is knowing that is a business that is impacting people's lives. I was coming during the trip, talking with the distributor that I didn't talk for a long time, and she said, you know what? I will never leave Neolife because I had endometriosis. I was about to be operated. I couldn't be pregnant, but because of the products, I am well. It's so a good feeling to know that we are involved in something that really impacts people's lives. And how do we do that? We do that by participating in events. If we stay at home alone, of course we will not hear these stories. A positive attitude is to participate in everything, because you never know in which event you will have a story that will impact your life. So it's one of the ways that we can keep a positive attitude, knowing that we are doing something that is helpful for our community. The other thing that helps me to be positive, it's being grateful. Grateful for what happens in my life, being grateful to what happens in the life of people. And being positive in this business is also taking ownership. We have a say in Eagle Team that if this business is going to be successful, it's up to me. Not anybody else, it's up to me. It's not up to my upline to know when I have to renew my membership. No one told me, is your business or is my business? It's your business, so you should take care of all the aspects of your business. Uh, the other aspect that I would talk about attitude is the attitude has to be always, always positive, even when things are not going well.
Thank you, Adeline. Moving on to Hazel. We are doing the business dealing with people. This is people's business. We've got uplines, we've got downlines, we've got cross lines, we've got company staff. Why do you think it's very important to have the right attitudes toward the people? Because our business is people's business.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Hazel Wilson. I'm an ex-teacher from Cape Town. I'm very excited about this opportunity and I'm very thankful to my husband because he decided to do the business. I was a 24/7 teacher. You know, there was just no time for anything else but my children, my home, and my work. And today I am so excited. When it comes to attitude if I think of myself as a person, okay, what would I like people to do to me? And that is always my lead. Don't do to people what you don't want them to do to you. That for me is very, very important. So I get up in the morning, and because I had a health challenge, and sometimes I have it still, I don't allow that to get me under. So I get up in the morning and I know that this is the day the Lord had made and I will rejoice. So it doesn't matter what happens because we work with people. I have a self-talk. You need to have a strong self-talk. I believe that. And you know, you need to share this self-talk with your new people. If you really want them to be where you are, this is one of the reasons why we are here. It's because Charlie and Alta has this strong, strong attitude that they want us to have what they experience. If we can just have a drop of that. And so they're always going out and doing the extra. But what am I doing as an upline? What am I doing for my people? For the first time since I'm in Bloem, I'm in the business, we didn't have a bus on the road. That was challenging. But you know what? I had the right attitude. And so Charlie called one day, I remember, and I said, Charlie, I just have 4 people coming to Bloem. And for me, that is a no-no. But you know what? I kept my attitude intact. You have to do that, okay? Because you are surrounded by negative people. And so I always say, guys, if you're not strong enough, make sure with who you mix, because you will become with who you mix. And that for me is so, so important. So I had this attitude that I am definitely not going to come to Bloem with 4 people. So I did whatever I had to do. Was it easy? No. Did I always have the right attitude? I don't think so. But I had a strong desire, attitude, because I knew what Bloem did for me in the past. And I know, guys, that this is our weekend. This is your weekend. But you need to have that attitude that it's going to be your weekend. You know, we come to Bloemfontein, we invest a lot of money. And then people is outside of the wall instead of inside. The fire is inside, not outside. So what is our attitude? Are we here early? Number 1. Are we having a pen and a book? Are we writing? Are we really want everything that God has in store for you now, tonight, tomorrow, and especially Sunday morning? It's all about what you think, what you want out of life. You cannot give something out that you don't have. And so if you don't have the right attitude, there is no ways that you can expect your downline to do the right thing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hazel. Do you want to touch on that a bit?
Yes, listening to Hazel talking about attitude, I was thinking that if we have a positive attitude, we will attract people. If we are saying positive things, if we are always happy, we will attract people. People are not attracted by people that are always complaining, people who are always not happy because they have their own problems. They are attracted to people that can help them to solve the problems.
Thank you so much, Adelina. We are very blessed to be involved with the company of New Life. It's really a blessing. The company that has lasted for 65 years. What's your attitude toward the company, toward the products, toward the marketing plan? What is your attitude toward the leadership of the company? We don't have any reason to doubt whatever is happening in your life, because this company has been the reason many people have changed their lives for better. I believe all of us who are in here are testimony to that. So it's very important to check our attitude toward the company. Are we doing what we're supposed to do, touching people's lives? Are we using the products? Are we just in selling them? These are areas that we need to really, really give the importance if you want to grow and develop in our business and get the full benefits of being part of New Life and part of Ego Team. So, back to you, Adelina. It could have been very nice if we were living in a very perfect world. Everything is fine. Whatever you do happens the way you want to do. Unfortunately, that's not what's happening in our world. We come across challenges now and then. What is the right attitude when you have challenges, when things are not happening in your business the way you hope that it will happen? We'll start with you, Hazel.
Self-talk. You need that, big time, okay? Because remember, it is easy when things go well. It is easy for anybody. Anybody can do anything if things is running smooth. It's when you have challenges, like I had, getting people to bloom. Do you know that we still were working on people to get people to bloom Wednesday? I had 3 people coming that decided only on Wednesday. Do we as uplines, do we really invest in our downlines, getting them here? If we just think the investment that Charlie and Alta does for us to get us here, what am I doing to get my people here? It's not always easy. You work with people. The business is simple. But I always say it's not easy because you work with people. You see, they say one thing and then they do another thing. And so that is the challenge. You see, but is that going to bring you down? Or is that going to lift you up at the end of the day? It's your choice. Because remember, wherever you are today, sitting here, I'm not very impressed where I'm sitting at the moment in Bloem. But wherever I am sitting was because of the choices that we make. And I always say, when you make these choices, you need to be willing to live with our choices. And so just to touch on the company, there was never in my life a time when the company did what they're doing at this moment. So why don't I get myself off my butt and do just a little more? Because they, with Charlie and Alta, we are so privileged to be called eagles. I am so proud to be an eagle and have Charlie and Alta as my uplines. We get it both sides, really. The company is doing everything in their power. what Charlie and Alta was doing all the time. So we are so blessed. But what am I doing to make it easier many a times or better for people? Because the guys, life happens out there and it is not easy, especially today. We have an online, we never had that. You have your own website, we never had that. Now, I'm still from the old school because I'm going to be 70 next year, okay? So to switch that thing on is I don't want to say the word, but my favorite word is a movie, is a challenge, okay? Really. But thank God, you know what? Go sponsor young people. Get them in. They will teach you. And you won't look the way other people think you look. You know, you will look smart like I do. I can now Zoom. I had no idea what Zoom was, you know. And so your attitude is so, so important. I remember coming in the house and my daughter said, Mommy, I bought a tablet. I said, are you crazy? We have the best supplements ever. She said, Mommy, it is a tablet. You know, guys? And so that is where I was. I'm not there anymore because I know now what is a tablet, okay? And so that is just the big things, guys. I believe everybody sitting here has more than enough in them to be a Charlie and Alta Bolton. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We come to the end of our session this evening. I believe we've picked some things that we need to work on. Is evidently getting from what the leaders have been talking here. It's very important to work on attitudes all the time. It's an ongoing process. We have to protect the attitude all the time. We have to read the good books. We have to stop watching news and negatives, listen to the radios and the internet. A lot of negatives in there. So we need to protect our attitude and work on it so that you can get the right attitude, so that you can get full benefits of being part of New Life and part of Ego Team. Thank you so much, our leaders. We're going to rest. And back to you, Mr. Abraham, our MC.